your life's moving forward. And again, I see pictures of you constantly, and you're living a very, very beautiful, clean life. And let me just tell you, not all 47-year-old men like to hang out with 90-year-old women. No, I'm just.
She is. You know what, Steve? Spending time with that a person that is that age gives us it gives me a new understanding of life. I mean, when I was a younger man, I mean, you look at people and you say, oh, 47 years old, they're old. You don't want to get this person to know this person. Oh, a veteran. Oh, he was in the army. You don't want to get to know this person. Oh, she's 90 years old. She's an old lady. She should be playing bingo. You don't want to get to learn this person. Well, as you mature, I understood that at that age, I was given so many opportunities by God to meet these people, and I squandered them away because I was too busy focusing on my enjoyment, my own pleasures. And you know what? Some of these people have the best and the most interesting stories that just fascinate me. And I wish that I would have, at a younger age, had the mentality to sit down and learn from other people's experiences. And I mean, I look at it, how many times am I going to be able to celebrate someone's 90th birthday? I mean, that's a blessing in itself. I got the opportunity to spend a 90th birthday with someone. Do you understand that alone is humbling. That alone it's amazing. And, as far as the job experience, I think that one of the most important things for men and women that are reentering into society and reintegrating, you have to be humble. You have to persevere, and you have to, be willing to accept any opportunity, because, you're not going to be a CEO of a major corporation. I mean, that's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen with a criminal history. I had a violent felony offense. So I understood that even with my education, even with the schooling I took, I understand that it's not going to be that easy. So you have to grasp, and you have to, understand that if someone presents you with opportunity, then you have to take advantage of that opportunity. And in my case, not only do I take advantage of that opportunity, I make that person want to give someone else that comes after me, maybe with my same or worse criminal history, an opportunity, because they see that I did what I did, and I made them proud of me, and I made them appreciate the fact that they took that decision to give me an opportunity, as opposed to regret that decision that they made. And I think that is a big, issue for a lot of people. I mean, make the best of the opportunity, and always remember that there might be someone that comes after you that might need that opportunity. And it's really, I mean, I didn't even tell you how the things went along with the car, because that was an amazing experience with it by itself. I just purchased my car last week. And when I got to the dealership, the person that greeted me, the salesman, had been formerly incarcerated for 15 years. And as we're walking to go look at the cars in the back of the lot, the gentleman actually says, could I ask you a personal question? And I was like, yes. And he was like, were you incarcerated? And I was like, yeah, I just came home from doing 27 years. He says, I thought you looked familiar. I did 15 years. I was in Greenhaven Correctional Facility. I was like, when? He's like, 2001. And it's amazing how, if you treat people with respect, with love, and humility, these people remember you. And I actually got a deal basically on a brand new car, because this man, who I didn't judge while we were in prison, I didn't, push away or become, what do you say, judgmental, because maybe he didn't speak a lot of English at the time, and or didn't play baseball or didn't play football. He was just an older gentleman who sat down and played dominoes. And when I went to buy the car, this was the same gentleman that wouldn't allow me, because I initially went to go buy a different car. And because he remembered me, and he remembered the years when we were incarcerated, we were in the same facility, not necessarily in the same block, but we were in the same facility. We shared the yard, we shared the cafeteria, and we spoke a couple of times. But his friendship with most of my friends at that time had him remember me. So he would not allow me to buy the car that I initially came to get. Because he was like, no, this car is no good. This car has got such and such miles. You have this much money. I won't let you waste your money on a crappy car. Let's go over here. And we finally found the Jeep Compass. And he was like, no, now this is a good car. This I approve. And he helped me every step of the way so I can reach my goal. When he passed me on to the general manager so I could do the paperwork, that same gentleman went outside and spoke to my aunt, because she had dropped me off in her car, and said, is that your son? And she said, no, that's my nephew. He said, I remember him from 2002. He used to work at the law library. He helped me with I didn't remember any of this, but he did. And he said, he was such a nice person. He was a great person. He always treated everybody with respect, and he was kind, and he never bullied anybody. And I'm amazed that I remember, because I knew that he had a lot of time, and if anybody deserves to be home, it's him. And my aunt was so humbled and so appreciative of that finally when I came out about 20 minutes later, she was crying. And I said, what's the matter? She says, your friend just told me how you guys knew each other. I was like, my friend? She goes, yes, the salesman. He came back out, and the whole time I was inside with the general manager, the actual salesman was telling her about his experience and knowing me in prison. And the first words out of my aunt's mouth were, Wayne, this is a blessing. I said, you sure? You better believe it. I got a brand new car with 52,000 miles for $6,000.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at the picture of the car right now, and it's the cleanest looking car I've ever seen. It's a 2009, and
it's great.
Oh no, it's beautiful. I mean, it's a silver. I guess it's silver, and it's just, But Dwayne, you've come so far to be able to talk about your past and share you as a person. I don't want to talk much right now, because while I'm listening to you, I'm smiling constantly, thinking about what the Lord gave me to do and how beautiful it was that Jim Stovall knew that you and I would connect, that he asked me to do that. But Dwayne, you are doing what I know is possible. I know it's possible for so many other people to do, but some of them they don't know where to start. And so it's a long, long process, of course. Not everybody has your faith. Not everybody has your character. But what you've demonstrated so far, and we got some more time to keep talking, but Dwayne, you're a good person. I'm glad I know you. And that's really part of what I've said over and over in this show. I just want people to give it a chance, to not judge people based on their past. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people that the world has to be very, very careful about, because not everybody is transformed in such a beautiful way, is so godly. But what I'm here to say is there's a lot of people that just don't believe that a person that's been incarcerated can come out and be a good neighbor. And so let's sum up some of the stuff that's happening right now. You've got a great work ethic. You're a good neighbor. You care about.
And my two neighbors, I said, my two neighbors happen to be correctional officers. Not even joking.
That's pretty cool.
That's funny.
But you know, Dwayne, from when you first got out, your very first weeks of when you had your new freedom, you spent so much time with your niece. I shared the stories, and I'm not sure which show. It might have been with Don Green, that show, but you know, you showed me when you had a girlfriend when you first got out that was a girlfriend before you got out, and unfortunately, you know, we don't have to go into that, but you know, it just didn't go where you were hoping at the time, but you got past that. But she had a daughter, and her daughter asked you to go to the parent breakfast, the father's breakfast. And you sent me those pictures, and that little girl, she had the most beautiful smile. And I'm telling you, Dwayne, I'm just loving to know you. You're doing such wonderful things with your life. So let me ask you this. What is it that you really believe right now is what your purpose in life is?
I believe my purpose in life is to make other people happy, other people understand that we made mistakes, we're only human, and that you don't have to be afraid to give somebody the opportunity. But basically, I mean, it's to make other people happy and bring joy to their lives. I mean, 27 years, I can tell you most of that time I was miserable. Nobody wants to be in prison. Misery loves company. I mean, I couldn't let that take over me. And as I said, I turned to the Lord and I asked him for happiness. I asked him for opportunity, and everything I've asked him for, he's given me the opportunity to do what I want to do with my life. And basically, I mean, at this point, I still have contact with my ex-girlfriend's kids. I mean, I love them to death. My niece calls me daddy, as you know. She loves coming to the house. I tell her I'm going to work. She says no. I want to go to your house. But that's what life is about. You know, bringing joy to somebody else.
Well, I'm just going to make a blanket statement right now. With all that you've gone through in your life and the mistakes that you made when you were very young and all of the redemption that you've gone through to live a proper life, all that you've learned, whatever you did for 27 years, we'll get into that maybe in another conversation in the future, because most people are afraid to even try to visualize what life behind bars looks like. But let me just hit you with something very, very serious. One of the things that I shared with the men at Northeast Correctional Complex, I mean, it was just full of love. You know, I told them that I think the greatest thing in life is to know how much you're loved. And they made me feel so loved. You know, I came and visited them and they all appreciated me being there, but it's just so much love. And they don't have a lot of that, I guess. But not, I guess. I mean, you know, they have love, but not very many people come in and care. But here's what I'm trying to say. I spoke to 3 points with them. And I've asked a lot of people this since 2 weeks ago when I started this conversation in that facility. It's a maximum security prison with a lot of people that are serving life sentences. I asked this question, Dwayne, and I asked it for a reason. I asked them, if you had to tell me the 3 worst nightmares that a person prays will never happen to them in their life, pretty much across the board, and the priority of what they might be, what do you think those 3 worst nightmares in life that nobody ever wants to have experience in their life are? Dwayne, what do you think they might be in 1, 2, and 3? And then I'll share what me and the men in prison talked about that day. But there's a point to this. What do you think the worst thing that a person in life dreads will never happen in their life?
Will never happen in their life?
Yeah, it's a thing that they just don't want to ever even think about because they just don't want it to happen.
Oh, okay. For me personally, I would, hate to have to bury one of my children or one of the younger members of my family, or, you know, a loved one.
Okay. 2, what's the second one?